Aquaman, Doom God.
I love how he brought his ruining of Hollywood franchises into the WWE.
Oh, right.
Who is minding his own Hawaiian business elsewhere?
I can't keep these people who are ruining perfectly good DC characters straight.
I mean, DC is ruining perfectly good DC characters, so does it really matter?
I mean, and, they are the masters of the unforced error, pulling defeat from the jaws of victory. I mean, it's not
Well,
everyone.
they're really good at that.
The Superman movie looks pretty cool, and I never say it should.
Oh, damn, Rhea Ripley got a black eye. Still fucking hot. She can step on me anytime she wants to.
I mean, how do you take such iconic characters and manage to lose money on the majority of those films? I'm really rather amazed at the process. Quite the masterclass.
I'm more amazed
really.
Rock Marble figured out how to stop doing it.
Write-offs, Brian. Write-offs.
Oh, like the producers. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. We're gonna
spend time for Captain Cold.
What's that?
Bring time for Captain Cold.
Hey, now you leave Wentworth Miller out of this.
What a name!
I have a Wentworth Miller action figure.
So do I.
Though I think he was repurposed from something else because it's just some guy in a suit and sunglasses.
Really? I actually have a Captain Cold.
This is Captain Cold.
Mine looks like Wentworth Miller. He looks so much like Wentworth Miller, he was in a Mariah Carey video.
Wow,
it's actually a Prison Break action figure.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying that here. I'll do the forbidden thing and turn on my camera.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching at this point in the episode, Steve is about to turn on his camera, so you might want to avert your eyes.
That is my Captain Cold figure.
Wow.
See, like I said, it's a guy in a suit with sunglasses, but I haven't dusted it, so it does have his hair.
Oh.
See that salt and pepper post-shave thing happening? Yeah, but I mean, it's like completely generic. No, it's a long.
Look, the whole gang's here tonight.
I know. Yeah. It's great. You guys have a cleric, which you're gonna need.
We have a cleric with no spells.
Yeah.
Since then, haven't we?
Well, fortunately for you, the part of the cleric that you need badly doesn't require any spells. So, just in case you were wondering, we are playing. It's Monday night here. We are playing the continuing adventures. I know it's been a piece, but Temple of Elemental Evil. We are back in Nulb. These guys are beat to shit.
Hey now.
And one of them's bedridden. Tiffany's bedridden. She's got a hit point.
That is an assertion that we're not sure of anymore.
But what a hit point it is.
Well, the last time while Tiffany was being haunted by flies, there were rats in the pub.
Thousands of them.
And barely any people. And when Baltano went to go and check out the old pirate ship, he discovered that it was still there, but it was off. And it was the only ship in the harbor on the river.
And the town is just weird. And nobody wants to talk about the pirates.
Going back, well, it almost seems like nobody can talk about the pirate. Going back to kind of share your information, you all got attacked by a number of packs of rats, which you were, fighting, and they're just rats. But after a while, they coalesced and turned into two wights. which is why a cleric would come in very handy right about now.
Gotta get some angel food.
So let's introduce you guys. Now that I've caught Matt up to what's been going on, we'll start with Matt.
I'm Dagmark Ironrune, Dwarven Priest of Moradin.
Next on my list is me, so we'll skip that. Timpani, right? Timpani, who you played?
Tiffany is playing Tiffany. She may play the Tiffany in her spare time. We haven't discussed that part of her life, but it's a very hurt drow ranger. Fairly sure she's having a fever dream and possibly developing a very intense fear of fire.
Yeah, that's Neko.
Oh, you don't it. Anyway.
Next up is Rodney.
I'm playing Silric, get my ass out of here, the elf.
And then there's Mr. Kill It With Fire himself. Brian.
I am playing Squitter Cutbait, human bard extraordinaire, raconteur, adventurer, and maven of many things mightily magic, maybe.
And finally, there is that other guy.
Who's regretting his life decisions.
Jay.
Tonight I'm playing Baltana, Drow Thief.
I'm Steve. I will be playing the rats.
And JD Vance.
We'll kill your Pope.
I was gonna say Brown Jenkins because that's an improvement.
So yeah, Dagmark, don't let the white shake your hand.
That was an amazing way to get.
I mean, I feel like that's a standard
Okay.
ploy for most of us.
If you give the white a cookie, they'll put it
Just remember, don't set anything afire until you see the whites.
Wighty's in our room.
All right. So currently we have Baltana, Squitter, Silric in this room, weapons drawn, agog at the development of rats into whites. Timpani is lying in bed in a fever, like kind of in and out. Doesn't really know what is truth, what is horrid hallucination. Probably is rooting for a horrid hallucination at this point.
I prefer the talking rat right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Dagmark, what were you doing during all of this? Probably.
Are those whites running around?
Oh, they're there.
Well, I'm going to try
I
and
don't
turn
think
them.
they're running at this point. I think they're standing.
All right. So after hearing this commotion coming from the Timpani's room, Dagmark bursts in and sees a couple of whites. So let's somebody roll. Who's your official D6er this evening?
I think Timpani's got the most at stake.
I'm okay with passing
here.
on the old dice. No, I'm at 1 hit point. As far as I'm concerned, we're all dead.
I'm not touching this one. Oh,
I guess I can roll it. Nobody else seems to be keen on it.
I rolled a 6.
There you go.
Oh, you
All
got it.
So Jay, when I ask for that roll, it's going to be you for the rest of the night.
That's fine.
All right. All right, let me just.
I forgot to check. This room has a window, right?
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Okay, good.
While we're waiting, why don't you make a lore roll? Because I'm not going to beat a 6.
Yeah.
No, I got a 3.
Now we'll talk like that, you're not.
A 2 barely makes it, but it is still a making it, so I'm going to say yes.
So you are aware that wights, if they hit you, they drain your energy.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
In game terms, that means that you will lose an experience level.
Ooh.
Including the hit die that comes with it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I mean, that's a bit extreme.
You also do know that they are immune to non-magical attacks.
Oh, fortunately,
unless they're silvered weapons. All right. So you guys can go first.
All right.
Okay. All right, Window Man, do your thing.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, who wants to do what?
All right. Well,
I was going to turn the wights. Is that cool?
Wait. I like that idea, but do you mind if I am calling my backup plan real fast?
Okay.
Yeah. I am going to smash the window open, and toss out the Earth Elemental Summoning Stone I've been carrying around for the last couple of.
Has been dying to use his motherfucking Earth Elemental.
Yeah, right. And so I've then invoked my mystic chant: "Rock and roll, brook no fools, ancient muck and awesome mire, stone in hand hurled thus to earth, arise elementals at my command," and see what happens.
So you hear this just got interesting. You hear the sound of scraping of stone scraping on stone outside.
Yay. Get up here.
And that is the result of that. All right. Who wants to go next?
I take it he's going to use his Earth Elemental on these wights. Is that the plan?
Partially. I mean, it's like, that would totally count as a magical creature attack, right?
What? Just refresh my memory. Your stone. What does it actually accomplish?
It just summons a random Earth Elemental, or at least one Earth Elemental. It was kind of vague on the details, to be. I mean, it's not like an Earth Elemental +1, so.
All right, so it okay.
And as a muddy road in this little river town, it should totally be valid, as opposed to worked stone.
Yeah. All right. So you do that. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to turn those wights.
Okay. So what's your level?
Uh, 7.
And our politics.
Wow. All right. Yeah.
May I remind Dagmark of something real quick?
What's that?
We have in our possession a half-burned candle of invocation.
Ooh.
Okay.
Which, if lit by a divine spellcaster, you count as 2 levels higher.
That probably takes an action to light there, doesn't it?
It would.
Take the time.
Well, I mean, these are just wights, though. I'd rather just take my chances rather than waste that candle, in case we run into a vampire or something really crazy.
It's got
That's
2
true.
hours left on it, so we're good. But yeah, cool. I just wanted to remind you of that just in case.
Okay.
Okay. So you raise your hands and your anvil or your hammer. Start spouting gibberish about Morden.
Okay.
And
I destroy anything up to 3 hit dice and turn anything up to 5 hit dice.
actually, level 7 against these guys. Oh, that's paladins. Never mind. Yeah, so both of the wights just pop.
What? That's it?
Yeah.
Well, pop off you.
Spent 2 fucking weeks dreading this encounter.
Well, that's okay
Tiffany,
because you're.
go ahead.
What exactly is your magic item called, there, buddy?
Which magic item?
The elemental. Is it a
Oh.
ring of elemental summoning?
Stone
Rock
of
of el-
controlling earth elementals.
Stone to
Oh,
control your elementals. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right.
go notes.
Thank you.
And thank you, Dagmark.
No problem.
Yeah, but I think you should still let me crush them.
Okay. So, yeah, so the wights disappear.
How do they disappear? I mean, like, dissipate, or do they go creeping into the shadows? What?
No, they're destroyed. They burst
Oh.
in a blast of eldritch light. That's more satisfying to you.
All right. Should we have asked them some questions first, now that I think about it? Well, why do I always
I
have
don't
to
know
remember
how
that today?
that was going to work, but
All right. Obligatory. Clearly, something is amiss here.
You don't say.
This seems very unusual. But hey, guys, guess what? The element coming in works.
When they dissipate, is there anything left behind?
just some ash,
Just some ash? Okay.
scorch marks on the floor.
So you're talking about bitty white dust.
Yeah.
I want to go look outside of our room and try to see if I can make sure that there's nothing else that's around or coming in.
Well, funny you should mention that, because as soon as you stick your head out of the window, you see a stone hand coming to grab your head. What's your armor class?
My armor class is, I believe, 2. 1 sec. Yeah, 2.
2?
Yep.
All right. All right. Oops.
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 Well, I mean, you did summon an earth elemental, and they really don't like it. So as soon as you start looking at the ground, you lost control of your earth elemental.
Oh.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Sorry. Who could have known?
I don't know.
I mean,
the
this
guy
isn't
that
very.
has lore as a skill.
I mean, it.
I'm gonna rule that like you are able to because I'm not like completely mean. You're gonna take 2 points of damage, while most of that damage ends up crashing through the wall.
Give me a sec. I'm trying to find my hit point total. Okay.
Sorry, this is like going through different books because there's not rules for this in the OSE book, so I have to go to AD&D.
No worries.
Yeah, that's how you my leg.
All right. So what I'm going to say is, yeah, you have a pissed off earth elemental outside of the door there.
How are you supposed to control these things?
You're supposed to concentrate on controlling them, Mr. Stone.
You did this. And you didn't know how. I'm not.
I'm
Paying
gonna
for
take
this.
away all your toys.
I'm not paying
Yeah.
for this.
The lunch is really high work.
Can you
Someone
take
get the
control of this
ass out
again?
of the room.
All right. So let us go back into combat. So roll me the d6 again.
Okay. I'm rolling a 1.
That's what I
Either
rolled.
end of the spectrum.
That's
Okay.
what I rolled.
I just rolled a 5.
Okay, I rolled a 3.
Okay. I'm going to ask Squiddard if he can retake control of this thing.
I sure hope so. Let's see. I try bringing out the skull.
Okay, so I mean, you would probably know that elementals just of themselves are neutral.
Oh, really?
I'm just telling you shit that you would know. Elementals just
Yes.
on their own, they're neutral. They're not evil.
Okay.
It's just pissed off.
All right. We can talk this over, Elemental.
Okay, so you're trying to assert control through your stone of controlling elementals.
Yes.
All right. I need you to roll percentile dice and tell me what you get.
Okay. And am I rolling high or low?
I'm just asking you to roll percentile dice, man.
I've got a 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a 20 on my bat.
Okay. So you see the thing is like starting to climb through the remains of the wall, and it's a big motherfucker. It's like a
Of course it is. But that's handy to know.
and it stops there, sloughing off like bits of stone and concrete, just standing in the remains of this window lined by the light from the street. So it's really just like this hulking shadow sitting there.
Oh.
Can I do something?
Can you get out?
You, as long as it's not involving strenuous activity, sure.
Tiffany surveys the shitstorm that is her room. Tosses her sheets to the side. Gets up gingerly and walks the fuck out the door.
Do not blame you in this scenario, yeah.
You hear you don't know what she's saying. The two elves in the room understand that she's just mumbling curses. And you hear very distinctly as the door closes, "I'm not paying for that."
All right. What are the rest of you doing? So now you have this hulking monstrosity that's kind of sitting there.
unmuting is an awesome thing. Question: when I see Squidward attempt to do anything, does the elemental respond at all?
Well, Squitter right now is like he's got the stone and he's mumbling shit about whatever he mumbles about.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You're supposed to be a part of a good rock band.
Okay. So this elemental is outside of the inn, correct? It just
no.
I looked down and it
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 was
climbed in.
outside of the inn. Yeah, now it's in the room, and the room has no wall.
Awesome. Okay. I didn't hear that. Okay. Then I guess I'm gonna smack it.
Wait, are we
That's
taking it out?
I'm not gonna sit here and play patty cake with it.
I'm just making sure that we're all very clear on the next parts of the strategy.
I mean, it looks to you like Squitter has like some control over it.
Then you know what? I'm gonna put the bard between me and the elemental. I don't want to get hit again.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Dagmar, Silric, do you have any thoughts on this?
As long as it's not moving to attack, I'm just gonna kind of back away from it.
Yeah, I think so. And I think I'm going to try to desummon it. Here, is that a thing? I didn't read the instruction manual about how you put it back in the box.
Yeah, so roll another percentile dice.
Oh, it's gonna go like this all right. 42.
Okay. How are you desummoning it? What are you telling it to do?
It's like, thank you for heeding my call, but it would seem that we do not need you after all. So back to the mud you can go, do that thing and rock and roll. And I wave it away. In a very friendly manner. A very non-antagonistic manner.
So it melts.
Oh.
Just like into a puddle of mud on the floor of the room. There's actually, like, it's, this is a 12 hit die monster that just took all of its matter and just sloughed it off. Went back to the elemental plane of Earth, and now all the physical matter that it was using for its body is now all over the floor of the room. So there's like a couple inches of Gookie River-ish mud in this room.
Well, that's better than what we could have had happen, I think. But let's not use this elemental business too often in the future, yeah? And I am trying to grab a towel and see if I can get some of this cleaned out of the room, because I do feel slightly responsible here.
I can just see Squitter going down to the maid's station. Yeah, I need a mop. And maybe a couple dozen rags.
Yeah, actually, that is what we're doing.
All right, so while Squitter goes on a quest to compensate for this, what are the rest? Tiffany, I'm assuming, is going to somebody else's room to finish recovering.
I mean, they have a double room. Like, they have the room joined together because they needed to keep an eye on our dumbass bard to begin with. So what she's actually done is eventually made her way downstairs. Sat down, gone, something happened. I need to switch to another room if one's available and the bard's paying.
That's on me.
All right. So yeah. So they're able to get you.
You'll find her slumped in a corner until they're prepared.
Yeah, she like it's she listens to what you're saying very listlessly, um, and nods her head, and she kind of she turns around to like the big keyboard, and kind of like floats her finger in front of the keys and just grabs one almost randomly and hands it to you. There's a lot of keys on that board. It doesn't seem like a lot of people are using the facilities.
That kind of sucks for them. Sure, none of this is our fault, so I thank her and probably sit there for a little while before trying to get up and goes back upstairs.
Right. What about the rest of you? Twitter comes back with like a bucket and a mop and a roll of paper towels.
Very much.
I would have probably
Formula 409.
I would have probably chased down Timpani to let her know that it's out of the way.
Okay.
Without knowing on the adventure she was going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to track her down
Yeah.
to them very quickly.
Yeah, I'm just basically letting her know that we think it's done for now, just so she can go back and relax or attempt to.
Mm-hmm.
I show him my room key. I tell him what room I'm in.
Okay. And
Don't
I'll say
you
that.
fucking dare tell that human where the hell I'm going.
Nope. The only one I would probably tell would be Selric.
I'm even
I know
okay
that.
with the dwarf. Just not
Okay.
a human.
Okay.
I owe the dwarf. I may kill the human.
I can't blame you. Okay.
Help me upstairs, please.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I would do.
Okay.
And while doing that, I would keep a lookout for her.
Right on. Silric, Dagmark, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to look to get a room and bed down so I can pray for my spells. Plus, I'm still pretty beat up.
You guys have rooms.
Yeah, we had pretty much checked in. I'm just the one that was unlucky enough to end up with the supernatural beings in my room.
Well, I quote Primus right now and ask the question, is it luck?
You know what? She's in no condition to care.
It was the will of Moradin.
It could be. Or it could be I'm still tainted by previous events. You know, perhaps dying may have flared things up again.
Well, Squitter, you have fun with that. I'm going to
sorry.
bed.
Oh. Oof.
All right.
Who knew that an earth elemental could have so much dirt in them?
Pretty much what they are, right?
I mean, I'm new at this part.
All right. So, I'm just gonna say that it takes Squitter all night to get the mud out, and it's still like stained in the floors And
Did you
the
at least
rug
leave any
is
gems around?
no, no.
Damn it.
But you're able to like at least the room's not habitable. They're definitely going to have to call those guys that do the fancy cleanup after crime scenes. And a carpenter.
Boo.
So, but it's thankless and grunt work. It takes you all night. No one is helping, and it's physical labor which you're not used to, and pretty backbreaking. The rest of you spend the night resting up, and each of you is haunted in your dreams by visions of cats.
Of cats?
Cats. Sometimes they cavort. Sometimes they beckon. You're never able to get close enough to them. They're always just out of reach. Sometimes they glow. Like from within.
Do they
It's
do
a
they
very
look familiar?
They do.
I had a feeling they did.
And yeah, and Tiffany, especially you, as you know in your dreams, you have dreams are like things change and shift, and at one point you think you're in your old section of caves under the ground, busily eating fungus. The next minute, you are opening like an old chest or some such, like your old wardrobe or whatever, and sitting inside is just a skull whose eyes glow with the same light that backlights these cats. And then you wake up.
I missed that last part. What happened?
What?
So you woke up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's still not in much condition to do anything. She just kind of gets up and takes care of her business, gets some water, and goes back to bed.
It's really all you can do.
Yep, it's just like that was a really fucking weird dream. I'm going back to sleep.
The rest of you have like just visions of these cats. Maybe even hear the creak of water, or the creak of like wood against water. And when you wake up, you just have like an uneasy feeling.
An uneasy feeling?
An uneasy feeling. But you can, all except Tiffany, can grab your, what was it, 1d3? I was letting you have hit points for sleeping.
Okay.
I thought I was stuck in one for 2 weeks.
You are. I said
yeah, that's what I thought.
Tiffany.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I thought you were telling me to do it.
No. You're the exception. Your constitution is working overtime to keep you on this side of the grave.
That's good, right?
Every time I will say this, every time Tiffany wakes up, she does a little thanks, Lord, and I really appreciate still being here most of the time. And then goes about the rest of her business.
Twitter the next day gets chewed out by the hoteler, Passat Samak.
Oh no. But I did such a good job.
He says that he is going to figure out how much it's going to cost with labor and everything, and you better be prepared to pay for the repairs.
Absolutely. I bring out my bagpipes and say it'll take a little bit of time for me to earn my, my recompensation for you here. But here, let me play you a ditty or two.
I'd heard you and your fucking bagpipes. It'd be great if there were people that come in here and spend their coin, but there aren't. So I'll just take the money in gold, if you don't mind. Or if you can find a way to get people to come back here, then yeah, you can play.
All right. Well, I think that is a win-win.
But I keep the door.
All right. Well, allow me to go scout around and see if I can find an audience for all of us here. And this gesture of my good faith, why, I give you this magic rock. Well, not be important magic rock, but...
What magic rock are you giving him?
It's my lucky rock that I found in my pocket.
He laughs at you. He just laughs at you.
That's what I've got.
Well,
and I quickly scuttle out the door.
Yeah. I don't think he's very impressed.
It doesn't have to be they don't have to be impressed all the time.
I don't think he's very impressed at all. All right. So it is the next day. You guys have 1d3 hit points left. Those of you who are spellcasters can have their spells. Morden sees no reason to prevent you from applying your trade dag mark, nor does the powers that be seem to deny Squitter access to his spells.
Yay.
Silverk wakes up early and hits the books.
Okay.
So what's on tap for today?
So I'm wondering if we should go take a quick peek at the ships again to see if I only see one. Or if you guys are okay with that, I can go scout ahead. Or do you guys need to do something else?
I mean, you can do that.
I mean,
I was going to head down to the herbalist with a certain sack in tow. See if our friend is there and give her a lay of the situation. Do a debriefing, if you will.
well, do you want me to come along or no?
I mean, you can.
If not,
I
okay.
don't know. I don't foresee this being much of anything.
Don't foresee a problem. Okay. Then what I'll do then is I will go check out the docks and I'll come back and I'll meet you back here.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so you are going to sorry. Mother Tindaritz.
Yes.
And Baltana, you are going to the docks. What are you doing, Dagmark?
I'm going to take it easy and rest for the day so I can get some hit points back. I'm still sort of beat down. I'll get up in the morning and pray and then maybe cast a cure light on me, but otherwise just kind of chill out.
Cure white wounds. Nice.
And Squitter, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna go wandering around, see if I find any evidence of a possible audience that I can attract to a concert.
He's got like dark circles under his eyes.
It's like Mickey Rooney and what's her name? We could put on a concert. We'll put on a show. Save the rec hall or whatever it is they did. I hate musicals. How do I know this shit?
Let's just say because it's Squitter, it's actually Wayne's World 2.
Oh. Kind of.
Could it be Xanadu? Squitter's Olivia Newton-John.
Well, first you have to invent roller skates.
That comes later.
So we'll just do this in order of ease. Squitter, first off, the town is engulfed in mist.
Friendly mist?
Sure, it's super friendly. It wants to shake your hand.
Oh, good.
It's hard to see in front of your face, and like it was last night, there's no one out on the streets. You don't even hear. Every once in a while, I guess you'll hear the clop clop of a carriage going by. Maybe people in the distance hurrying to get to where they're going. But it is very it is not what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing to try and drum up this audience?
I am just tootling on. They're playing samples of many incredible songs I will play in a complete set back at the Inn with No Name.
Okay, so you play your bagpipes as you're walking along to an audience of no one. And you can even tell, like, the air is so dead that the sound does not travel. It seems to, like, stop.
Huh.
The acoustics of this town suck.
Oh, damn it never ends. Very well.
So,
the show must go on. Keep wandering. And it's like I wander while you go take care of the others here.
Okay. Baltan.
Yes, sir.
You are going to back to the dockyard. You've been there a few times now, both during the day and at night for various reasons. So you make your way there pretty easily, and you see through the fog. You kind of see the outlines of a ship.
Okay.
But it's not very clear.
Okay, then
it's got the familiar lines of the one that you saw last night and the one that was there a few weeks ago.
Yep. Then does it look to be docked?
It's hard to tell. The fog is so thick. It's unnaturally thick fog.
Well, thank God I'm unnaturally dense, so I'm going to head up towards it.
And you realize that the closer you get to the ship, to where it should be, the thicker the fog. And by the time you reach it, it's just a wall of gray in front of you, like coating the river.
Dang, okay. So, can I see the gangplank to get onto the ship itself? The reason, or let me explain why I want to do it. I want to see if I could see somebody guarding the gangplank like they did the last time that we were here.
Right. There is nobody else on the docks. You don't hear any shorebirds. You actually don't even hear the creak of.
Do we hear any yard birds?
Yes, you hear Charlie Parker. He's playing Anthropology.
Walk right into it.
In the background.
Then I am going to.
Yeah,
I see the gang. I am actually going to head up the gangplank and see if I could see anything.
Sure. You take a step in. Please make a dexterity roll.
Certainly. That would be a 20-sided dice, correct?
Yeah, you want to roll less than your dex.
6. I rolled 6, and my dex
If
is.
you're a rogue, it better be less than your dex.
Yeah. My dexterity is 14.
Yeah. Okay, so you know how, like, when you expect to step up onto something, but that step isn't there?
Yep.
That's what you feel. But you made your check, so you're not taking a nosedive into the river.
Oh. So can I make an assumption that it's actually not there?
You could assume whatever you want.
Or is that what?
From yeah, but you could like kind of see it, kind of like the fog's so thick it's hard to even tell what's actually there, what isn't. You expect it to be there. You saw a ship there. You tell me what you want to assume.
Okay. Well, if I see the ship there, I thought the gangplank was there, but I felt like I was going to fall through. Is there a rock or something that I can grab and throw against the ship? Can I find something, or can I use?
It's a dock. There's you can find a empty bottle of something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to throw it against the ship. Does it make a noise or does it go through?
It does make a noise. It makes a splash.
Perfect.
Good. Wait. Give her attention.
Then I am going to head back to report to what I see, because that is definitely interesting and not what I expected.
Jack, you spend your day in your room resting up and contemplating your choices. I'm assuming in silent prayer to Moradin.
Yeah.
So you just get the sense that there's something evil in this town. Maybe not quite as evil as what you had just gone through and what you know in your heart of hearts that you must go back to. But evil nonetheless, and Morden will brook no evil when it can be prevented.
Well, when everybody gets back together, I'll share my feelings of unease.
All right. So, Tiffany, you spend your day flipping and flopping and having unpleasant dreams of flies and cats and skulls.
Doesn't mind the cats so much, but the flies
and things made of hands.
I thought you said hams for a second, which would have been a whole other set of problems. The meats. You know what? Fuck it. I'm sticking with that.
She's gone full Easter.
The meats. It's not cured. It's not bacon.
Tonight's
The
OS brought to you
tapeworms!
by Arby's.
The meat!
Got the meats.
We're coming to get you.
All right. Silric. You make your way to Mother Tinjaret's curiosity shop and herbal remedies. Open the door and it dings, and you hear, "Yes, dearie, how may I help?" Oh, it's you.
Well, don't pretend to be too excited. And I throw the bag onto the table.
Which bag?
The bag containing Hedrick's head. Or the man we believed to be Hedrick.
Great.
Hedrick. Oh, you mean the cleric?
Yeah.
Because she looks at it and says, "Oh, you're going to give me another one of these." Well, I wish you'd keep track of it, because I have no idea what happened to the last one that you gave me.
The Jiangxi?
Yes, I believe that's the proper term for it.
We disposed of it with the body.
No, you cut the head off.
And then burned it.
I don't know it.
I did say it. You might have missed it, so we'll go with whatever you heard.
Well, I listened to it and I didn't hear it when I re-listened to it.
Okay.
Well, either way, head and remains. We'll go with that. You burned it. The remains are gone. My shop was broken into.
By whom?
Well, I wish I knew. But shortly after that, strange things have been happening around here. Strange things that even Cuthbert has no power to quench.
Cuthbert, the guy whose entire job it is to just kick evil's ass
Yes.
with his holy beat
Maybe.
stick.
Yes, well, maybe Cuthbert has bigger things on his mind. Like an entire temple of evil.
Moradin has that.
Yeah.
That sort of evil is everybody's business. And even the mighty Moradin needs agents.
Such as
But
they are.
when we dispose of Captain Alcuin, piss somebody off. And this whole town's gone to seed. People have been disappearing. Strange things have been happening in the night. It's been bad.
So I
It's
see.
Commerce is all but dried up. No ships stop by. We don't even see them passing by on the river. We've become some sort of no sail zone.
Yes, I've noticed this hill has become quite silent.
Yes, well, we need to do something about this. And your friend.
My friend?
She hasn't changed at all, has she? The drow, the ranger.
Oh. No, but she's currently mostly dead. You know how things are immediately after you get resurrected. By holy magic. We don't need no rumors.
I know you have a cleric of Moradin with you. I don't believe that he would stand for any chaos to get their grip on one of your party. But yes, something has to be done about this whole situation. This town is supposed to be a buffer zone between the Temple of Elemental Evil and the rest of the world. It's a convenient place to hear rumors and the like, set up forays. Well, you've been part of that. And right now it's not worth anything. Without it here, I fear that whatever's going on in the temple, and she looks at your bloody sack, which might have a brief reprise, or might have a brief rest, but will eventually, like it always does, rise again. We need Nulb here.
Sure. I mean, I see no reason why we can't help you with this, but I'm going to need a couple of weeks.
Weeks?
Oh, yeah. We need the extra storage arm. And Timpani is good at her job.
No. Weeks is bad. We can't do it. We don't have enough time for weeks. By the time weeks happen, this town might be completely gone. Heaven knows what the residents will be going through. No. She starts to look through her books.
Can people leave this town?
I don't think anybody's tried. I don't know.
Okay. So let's try this on for size as a plan. We'll scout out and see if it is possible to leave the town of Nulb. If it is possible, do you think you can organize an evacuation?
I can try.
Get as many innocents out of this town as possible. Head down to Hamlet or the Moat House. Our forces there, though quite unusual, have proven to have been pretty loyal. And they'll keep the people safe.
Yes, we can try. Has to be something else we can do.
Well, just in case something terrible happens while we try to stop this thing, it'd be better that there's no collateral damage.
Well, that is true. I don't know how many people can actually get out of here. But we'll see. Well, first things first. Let's see if we can leave this town.
Yes. You hang here and do your thing, and I will go talk to my companions, and we'll check this out.
Okay.
And then and burn that one. Please.
That's your own business.
Oh.
Bringing heads in here. We are civilized.
Well, you just have to get used to how we elves deal with evil.
So what, you're going to let a human drop it into a volcano?
I'm going to find 2 halflings.
That's how wizards deal with
that
evil.
that only works on rings. That only works on rings.
Elves let humans do their dirty work for them.
All right, I'll get the princess's boyfriend to do it.
That's for White Plume Mountain.
All right, fine. I'll take the sack with me. And head back to... I suppose the inn is where we're meeting back up.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so...
we'll fetch Timpani, bring her down to the inn, because she gets a vote in this as well, even though she can't really do much right now.
I can go get her when you're here. I could tell you what I saw also.
Pull out my phone. Yeah, get everybody at the inn.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
I'll go back to the inn and just kind of knock on the doors and like meeting downstairs. Please.
All right.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you what I saw? Because what I saw is very interesting.
Well, what did you see? And then I'll tell you what I saw.
So I went to the docks, and the closer that I got to the ship, the foggier it got. Then I went to go get on the gangplank, and I almost fell into the water. It's almost like it's just mist, like an illusion. And when I threw a bottle against the ship, I heard nothing except for the splash of water. So there's some type of illusion there. I didn't see any people. I didn't hear any people. And that's what I saw on the docks. What did you hear from our friend?
That strange shit is going on. People are disappearing. Most importantly, the remains of the vampire captain are no longer there.
Well, Moradin's informed me there's an evil in this town, not related to the temple. Its own different type of evil.
Oh, good.
Well, I would say
The
that
vampire
everything we've
concept?
experienced is related. However, I did discuss with the wise herbalist, since we're in public, we have to use our secret identity, that we could try to evacuate as many as the townspeople are remaining, just in case something happens while we're fighting off this evil.
Do you think they would move is a question? Or would they just be stubborn and stay here?
And I just look over at Squitter. Remember that bard from Hamlin a few years ago? Did you hear that story?
Hmm? What?
Hamlin,
that one.
the bard.
Yes. Well, I was looking for an audience, and there doesn't seem to be much going on out there. It's just all very foggy out here. Very unsettling.
Well,
But
I would suspect that our Jiangxi friend might be feasting upon the citizens of this town.
didn't we already take care of him?
Yes, but he liked it so much he wants a second go.
Oh, what about that critter that was trying to come through the portal the last time?
Well, that could be around too.
Good. You know,
Oh, I'm
this
like
town just needs to
85%
grow.
sure that thing's still there. I keep having dreams about those cats and flies. I don't get the flies. They're not very nice. They're very aggressive. I don't like it.
Huh. Like real cats or like cats of great fantastic imagination?
All right, to the people that didn't just leave me to the fucking Jiangxi, the cats from there.
Huh.
They seem like they want us to go somewhere. At least in my dream, they do. You guys been having any weird dreams?
Just cats.
I had that one where I showed up to potions class in my loincloth.
Excuse me.
Well, that's yeah.
Oh. I was gonna say about the dreams about the cats, but also, what would our next steps be? Because I mean, I'm hearing a lot of different things, but it's like, what could we actually physically do, and especially not endanger our party members?
I could summon the Earth Elemental and
No!
just have him level the town.
No.
How do you summon it?
I'm not really sure anymore. It just kind of happens. I think I throw the rock on the ground and just tell it to do its thing, and it does.
Well, we had moderately successful luck trying to communicate with the captain. We could go down and take a look at this pirate ship. What do you think, Dagmar?
Yeah, I think the pirate ship is probably our first and best bet.
Yeah, but if we go down there, how do we plan on going down there? As an entire group?
What, are we going to put Timpani in a cart and push her down there?
Oh,
well,
no,
that's why
I'm
I'm
not
asking.
Going.
Okay.
Now I'm I did actually I was dead when we were in the temple, right?
Yeah, Castra's dead.
Yeah. Something would have changed in me if I was one of those things, right?
Yeah, you have no pardon me, lust for blood or chlorine breath or anything like that.
Nobody's particularly tasty looking to me of late, right?
No, you just feel awful because you.
No, I just figured that's from being, hit in the face with a boulder and then a fireball.
Yes.
But,
after being set on fire before said boulder.
I mean, you do have that palpable desire to kill Squitter, but that's normal.
I had that before. It just keeps getting stronger.
You don't particularly want to drink his blood or anything.
Oh God, I would never want that, even if I was. I'd rather starve.
Oh,
All right.
that's what we call hard liquor.
All right.
Like
So
there's humans and then there's Squitter.
what? We should probably leave someone here with Timpani.
All right, all right.
I can. If we leave
Well,
Squitter with
I
Timpani,
actually have a suggestion, and no, you're not leaving Squitter with me.
I was gonna say we would come back and there'd be no more Squittard.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
I'd kill myself and be done with it.
Mm.
Can I borrow your cloak, Dagmar?
Sure. You're just going to use it to hide.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
Okay, so
It's a little
she
short.
can hide.
You have to curl up.
That's fine. That's what she was gonna do anyway, was curl up, but like maybe under the bed in it.
All right, so Tiffany is going to use the elven cloak to render herself invisible while she continues her recovery. Dagmark and Silric are going to the docks, right?
Yeah.
I will go
Yeah.
with the docks also.
Okay, and Squitter is staying with Timpani.
No, I think I'm going to go with the rest of the team out here to investigate the possibilities, as it were, and I also need to stay away from the innkeep until I find an actual audience for everyone to pay up some ungodly sums of cash for the restoration of a building.
Yeah. That's not coming out of your expense account.
Uh-huh.
Wait, it's not? How else are you going to pay for that shit?
That's Squitter's problem.
Let's just say that, yeah, Squitter may have to get creative later down the line, but we'll deal with that soon enough.
Everyone could leave the town except for Squitter.
He just has to leave like a sheaf of IOUs under his pillow.
It's like a W.C. Fields film.
Mm-hmm. We'll get back to you.
I'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay, so
Right.
I guess we can head on out.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
So yeah, but before you guys head out,
Yep.
good old hold on. There's so many weird names here. Good old Passat Sanic stops Squitter and says it's gonna cost you around 3,000 gold pieces to restore that room.
Oh. That's excellent. And I attempt to charm them in the meantime with a promise of future payment, then even worth more than just the mere 3,000 they're asking for. But I'll just need a little bit more time to resolve this.
Well, I'll be keeping my eye on you. Don't you think you can go anywhere?
I would think I'm almost thinking of staying here forever. Don't worry.
Gives you dagger eyes.
Mm-hmm. it'll feel like I'm with you all the time.
Points at his
Hey,
face with
hi.
2 fingers, turns it around at you with 1, watching you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wait a minute. Ah,
So, are you going to the docks now? Are you waiting for dark? What's your plan?
Well, is the boat there currently?
We'll say like right now it's late afternoon, getting on evening. I mean, what you have is what Baltana told you.
Okay.
So how do you guys want to get her on the ship itself? I mean, is it just a wisp? Is it just magic?
You ever seen
I'm
anything
looking
like
at
it,
Dagmar.
Dag?
I'm just wondering if it's an illusion.
Well,
I don't have that ability on. Oh, I don't
you
think I
used
do.
detect magic last time.
I do. Can I cast
You do that
detect
once a
magic?
day, right?
I could do it once a day. I'm gonna probably go freaking blind, but I'm gonna cast detect magic on the ship.
Okay. During the day, when are you going there?
I think we were gonna head there during the day.
Okay. All right. So you go in there. You go down to the docks, and it's the same thing. It's as you get closer, it gets foggier.
Okay.
Until you get to like the wall of fog in front of the river.
Yep.
You cast detect magic, and yeah, there's like a shit ton of magic.
Does there seem to be concentrated on anything, or just all around the air ambient wise?
Where what? So no, it seems to be like mainly coming from where that ship should be.
Okay, I'm going to explain to the group and Dagmark and company and say, listen, I see magic all over the place. The strongest seems to be right where the ship is.
Can I try and disbelieve? I think it's an illusion.
Okay, Steve Jackson. Isn't that like a melee thing or a wizard?
mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he said he threw a rock at it and heard a curse blush. I mean, there's evidence that thing isn't what it seems to be. So, knowing what I do in magic, I'm just going to see if I can see if it's an illusion. I'm not sure how that works in OSE.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say you could roll a wisdom check.
Nope.
No, that is still there. But now Dagmark, Silric, and Squidder are seeing this thing for the first time. And it's odd. Like you can see just the silhouette of the ship through the fog every once in a while. Like maybe a bit of the fog will, an open area will pass over where it should be, and you'll see like this maybe a bit of the mast or the gunwale or the deck or something. Just like a little glimpse of it where it should be, but it's ghostly. It's not altogether there.
Hey, Steve,
Yes.
what would happen if I look at it in the infravision? since I can see in the dark and use infravision, can I do it?
Well, infravision detects heat sources.
Correct. Do I detect the heat pattern of a ship, especially if, or is everything just the same ambient temperature?
You don't detect the heat pattern of a ship. You detect like a negative heat pattern. So instead of like where it should be warm, it's cold.
Weird.
Mm.
And I will say that to the group as I'm looking at it, trying to figure out what it is. I think the only one that can't see in the dark is Squiddard, correct?
Right. I'm
Okay.
just going to take your word for it.
And Squidder's like Daredevil.
But I could tell the other two so they could see it for themselves also.
Yeah, it looks like like if you were to go into like a freezer, that's kind of like the images you're getting. Everything is not hot, it's cold, like cool to cold. And that is, and you're looking at that against a backdrop of cool air. It is like damp and like New Englandy, like fallish cold, which only means anything to Baltana, I'm realizing, but you know what I mean, that biting wet cold.
Yep.
Mhm.
So the ship isn't there. It's an illusion of some sort.
But to benefit who?
I'm not sure. But the question is there anything that we can do to it? Because I don't think I can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm checking my backpack right now to see what I have, if anything.
Is this the sort of thing that the caster needs to be nearby to control it or to or to project it, or is this a set it and forget it kind of thing?
Are you asking me?
I'm just musing aloud, as a bard is wont to do. I'm going to try to do a lore check to see if I've ever if the tales tell anything similar um, to a ship like this in the past.
Okay.
2. All right. That should pass if there's anything that's come up like this before.
You know there's stories of ships that ply the seas that are crewed by the dead and are themselves dead.
Creepy. I suppose the lore didn't happen to mention any solutions to this sort of problem.
No, I mean this is all like stories and songs and rumors and shit. There's no real heroic tales involving this stuff. Usually, these tales end in tragedy.
Were they good songs?
Yeah, most of them.
Oh, good.
Got a beat you can dance to, sure.
Oh, now I know what I have to beat.
Usually, they're accordion songs as opposed to bagpipes.
Okay. else you got?
Well, I'll let you guys figure that out. We'll
Okay.
go back to Timpani, who is curled up in the cloak. And as you're sitting there, going in and out of your sleep, the room lights up with like a pale blue light. Dimly lights up is maybe an exaggeration. It's dimly illuminated by a pale blue light that seems to come from two sources, casting weird moving shadows as the two light sources converge in front of you. Two wisp light like balls are suspended above the floor at about, I'd say maybe like half a foot. Are you on the bed or are you under the bed?
I am under the bed.
Okay, so they're about eye level, really. And they float there for a minute, and then you see one of them. You hear like a scritching noise, and one of them materializes under a thin wraith-like cat, scratching its ear with its hind leg, and then the other one also materializes, curls around the first cat, and then curls around you.
Oh.
So
do I feel anything weird from them, or like malice wise?
No, you don't feel anything malice. You feel actually quite the opposite. And they get up on all fours. Both of them look back at you and start to walk.
So that look is kind of like what I saw in my dream, right?
Yep.
If I die, I die. Let's go. I follow them.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
I assume you're talking about us, or
yes,
well,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are all in this. I got nothing right now.
Maybe I should really use it to summon something, or to get their attention. Or are we not ready for that yet?
You could try to get their attention. I'm trying to think of what else I could do, because actually, I do have a rope with a grapple hook. I'm wondering if I could find something we could hit, but I mean, I threw a bottle and it fell through, so
okay.
I think a grapple would probably do the same.
I mean, if you guys want to go nuts, if it is the Jiangxi, it would probably remember us.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if that's a good thing.
I tried going onto the gangplank and I just about fell through. So I don't know if it remembered us, per se.
And what's the captain's name again?
Hey, you.
The captain's name is not Hey You. The captain's name is Lin Dao Quinn.
Lin Dao Quinn? All right.
You want to try to scream his name, maybe.
Well, I'm only going to do that if everybody here is good with that, because I don't know what kind of consequences that'll have.
Let me just check. It's like, what's the
So
ground like around
let
here?
me
It's
ask you a
not.
question.
It's
Where are you while you're having this discussion?
We're standing on the docks.
uh-huh.
Uh,
I'm edging towards some mud.
probably close to where the berth of the ship was that we remember.
Okay, so you're like right in front of the ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
where we believe the ship to be.
Okay.
Mhm. If it is indeed a real ship.
Well, the thing
Could
is,
just
like,
be.
you can see the ship, right? You can see the outline of it through the fog, and every once in a while, when that fog lets up a little bit, you see parts of the ship. You can definitely see it.
Okay.
So you're like right where the gangplank is that you can see, but you can't touch it.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
I've been meaning.
do you want to try to get his
You know,
attention?
I am thinking of
Or
trying to get
someone's
the.
attention?
Yeah, I like that generic someone's attention, but I think I'm going to just see, since I have the magic +1 chef's hat here, I am going to wrap the hat around a pole and see if something magical can actually touch this invisible ship first. It's just a long shot. I don't think much will happen of it first,
Okay, go for it.
but
I'm
yeah,
cool with that.
So
yeah.
as Squitter is wrapping his poofy head around the pole.
Yeah.
Y'all see two pale blue lights walking along the quay there, followed by Timpani, who seems to be semi a trance. Do you remember from way back a long time ago that Batman comic, the Monk? It's like old, like it's one of the first ones that was written.
Yeah.
Right. And there's this shot of the monk, right, in his red robes, and he's like got those piercing eyes, and Batman's girlfriend Julie something or other, and is following with her hands in front of her, like, like straight out of a Bela Lugosi movie.
Is this the one where he was in Mexico?
No.
No, that's a hilarious proposition.
No. Okay. He might go to Eastern Europe in this one. Matt Wagner actually did a remake of it that's really good, but I digress. Anyway, that's Timpani following these two lights bobbing along. The lights turn to where the gangplank is, and you see them bob up, followed by Timpani, who walks right up them, disappears into the fog.
Well, son of a bitch.
There we go.
Huh. All right.
We saw her go up. Can we follow where she went?
Tell me what you're doing.
Trying to think how to do this. If I scream up Timpani, does she hear us?
No, and your voice falls like short, just like the bagpipes. It's almost as if the atmosphere itself is like swallowing the noise.
Okay. Damn, guys, I'm not sure. When Timpani came, she went onto the ship, correct? I'm just
Straight
making
up the
sure.
gangplank.
Can I attempt to follow the same way that she went up the gangplank?
You can. Once again, I'm going to ask you to make a dex roll.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. And I fall in, everybody gets to point and laugh. I rolled a 10, and my dex is higher than that. My dex is 14, so.
Yeah, this time you are prepared for it. But so you don't like have that heart-stopping moment when your foot reaches for a step that isn't there, but it is not there.
Okay. Guys, I'm pretty much speechless here. She was in the inn and something came and grabbed her. Now,
well, you don't know that. All you know is she's following these two lights.
Oh, fair enough. She's following two lights. So
Well, of course she would be invited because she was in thrall to the captain. Which means we got to get on this goddamn boat.
I want to see if I do have a rope with grapple hook.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I throw it across a ship, if it catches onto anything, or if it just transparent all the way through.
It just splashes into the water.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to be safe.
Squitter, didn't you say in these stories of these ghost ships, air quotes, that they appear at night? Maybe we should just wait till the sun goes down and see what happens.
That's quite possible. I mean, at this point, I don't think we're in much of a position to do anything otherwise. But
because I can't dispel an entire ship.
Yeah.
Even if the guy was weaker than me.
Right. Oh, wait. Did my experiment with the magic hat work yet?
Oh, absolutely.
Doesn't.
Oh, absolutely not.
Roll dex to see if you'll lose your hat.
Yeah, right. No. All right. Well, this is there's a point where, as a bard, I shall go and compose a beautiful ditty about this boat until night arrives and we can try again in a more timely manner.
Nightfall is not too far away.
Oh, good.
Not good.
Oh.
Not remotely good.
No.
Jiangxi, bro. Jiangxi.
Okay. Well, we defeated him once.
What's this we?
Yeah,
wow.
Not there.
Well, I heard that we defeated him once. It should be a simple matter to defeat him twice. Because now we've got the bard on hand. And
if I get turned again, I am going to kill you, just so you know.
Oh, that's just a given. That's a given. But he's not counting on goats and elementals.
I am.
And this time
I know your tricks. Oh, that's a claw in my back, man. Why? You know, the ghost cats may be nice, but my cat is not.
That's what you get for following cats.
Okay, waiting for nighttime. What do we see? Because I don't think we can do anything.
Hmm.
Because what I'm thinking is that we can't affect it during the day. And honestly,
Okay.
I should have tried it last night when I was here, but I didn't. So
Is this
I
a
guess
turn on board kind of thing?
I have no idea.
Well, let's try it once, maybe. It's like, I mean, I mean, I don't want to suggest that it's ridiculously easy, like to spell know a pair of whites, but on the other hand, it's like if you can just have someone who shoo off a boat, how bad could that be?
Wait, what are you trying to do?
We're trying to turn undead boat.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Yet. Well, obviously standing on a dock when we haven't tried everything, and yet at the same time, it's like, before we actually have to confront the big bad, maybe we should just check and make sure that we can't just do a speed dispel. Boo.
Yeah. I mean, that's really up to Dagmark if he wants to make a fool of himself.
I don't think it's a ghost. I don't know. I think it's some weird you have to be invited onto the ship kind of thing now.
Oh.
Okay, how long until dark time or nighttime?
It's getting there. I mean, you guys have been out here since late afternoon, poking
I don't
at
want
it,
to do this on them
trying to figure out what was going on.
Well, what I am going to do is I'm going to head back to the inn and wait till nighttime.
Okay.
Because there's nothing I could do to affect this ship. And the thought of waiting till night makes the most sense.
I concur.
All right. Are you guys gonna do anything? Pardon me, while you're waiting for night.
We're gonna play spades.
Spades. Now lose all my money. No, there's
So,
nothing that I need to prep
we'll
for.
ask Dagmark what your hit point situation is now that you had.
I'm back up to full now.
All right. All right. Well, there's nothing you want to do except for play spades. We can just cut to the chase
Works for me.
and say night falls on Nulb.
I don't know. Can I get my bagpipes blessed?
You hang out with Dagmark all the time. You can get your bagpipes blessed whenever you want.
Seems kind of like a waste of a bless spell. I mean, the bless spell I have doesn't really work like that.
Religion is so complicated. Anyway. Alright, well, I don't see much thing that I can do to prep other than to rest up and make sure that my cowbell is ready to summon some goats if we can get the goats onto the boat.
It has
But once again,
been, it is the next day, so your goats are reset, your elemental is reset. I think the only thing that you would be lacking would be Baltana's detect magic.
okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all pretty agreed here that magic is present, so detecting it extra hard doesn't seem like it's going to be an asset.
And now that you've said that, the DM is going to have fun where we're going to have to detect it, and we can't. Just saying.
Oh, you little faith. Anyway, let's see. But yeah. All right.
So if there's
Nighttime.
nothing else you guys want to do, it is night.
Perfect. Head to the ship.
Right.
And you make your way to the docks where it's now dark and clammy and foggy, but the ship somehow looks more solid.
Sweet.
That's
Time to
what
go
we
hop
live
on
for.
board.
Stowaway time.
I'm going to attempt to see if I can actually get onto the ship this time.
Your foot, you like
Come
kind of like
on.
close your eyes and hold your breath and take that step forward, and your foot meets solid planking.
Sweet. Whoever said nighttime was the winner.
All right.
So you open your eyes as you walk up the gangplank, and it seems like all the color has been drained from your surroundings. Everything is dull, shades of gray.
You still.
It's still cold and wet, but there seems to be no fog anymore. Or if there is, it's a lot less than it was. Maybe just enough to give that effect of it being of everything being grayish between the night and the fog. So your the color's almost been drained. That's what it looks like. And as you all, I'm assuming all of you are going up the gangplank.
Yes.
I mean, unless you want to back up here in reserve and give me a call for help, but I would say so, yeah.
So you get up. You happen to look up in the sky, and it's wide open, but there's a swirling mass of clouds above you, slowly swirling, not like hurricane or tornado speeds, just slowly swirling in no wind, like miles above you. And the eye of this, like a spiral, is right above you. And you can just feel malevolence all over the ship. It almost seems like it takes forever to get up the gangplank. And you can hear like the creaking noises of ships, but it seems muffled, like and distant, like it's almost out of sync with the gentle rocking of the boat, almost like the soundtrack is just a tad off. And you get to the top, and you could see even more. There's like this rend, vertical, the color of static, like almost like a rip, just in the space before you, filled with like this moving static of a void, I guess. And in front of this rip, there's just this skull sitting there. The flesh looks like it's been burned and crisped. And then the skull slowly rises in the air as the lights come on in its eyes. And you see the thing attached to the skull, like just in the light of the static. Every once in a while, like a lightning flash will illuminate everything, and you get that brief glimpse of color. The thing attached to the skull, which is only visible when that lightning flashes, is just a mass of torsos and hands. Writhing around, the hands that act as its feet on the bottom. It's got 6 of these appendages like an insect, each attached to an arm coming out of a torso. Wheeling around are the 2 cats, and at the base is Timpani. She doesn't appear to be conscious. And we'll pick this up next time.
Ooh. Cliffhanger.
Gotta have cliffhanger.
And that'll do it. So thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. And thanks for playing.
Yeah,
Eventually,
thank you, everyone.
We'll get back to the Temple of Elemental Evil. But you do have some unfinished business to take care of.
That's all right.
So until next time, happy Patriots Day.
Yeah.
Boo.
Ooh.
Thank you, guys and gals.
See, Jay knows all.